Attention, all people at the breakfast table. Hey, hey, especially Russians.
They can't hear. The Russians can't hear.
Nothing attracts
There
me.
we go.
Here it is.
I should say this is kind of interesting because I'm going to do a Kwansaba. You know what it's about. Well, I'll tell you in a bit. But I did one for Furtile and Johnny, and he wasn't at the session at that time. Then I did one was inspired by Mark. He wasn't at the session that time. And
wind of it.
and Shoba went and she gave me a suggestion a long time ago, but her and David left. But this is sort of like what we're going to do is we're going to do a Shoba, not inspired Kwansaba, but it's going to be a Shoba thing. What she said you do the poem, you explain the poem, then you do it again, which makes more sense. It really comes out pretty good. So here we go. Oh, by the way, it's not going to be long. It's a 49-word poem, and we have 7 lines to the poem. Every line has 7 words, and the words can be no more than 7 letters. So this is very short. Okay, here we go. Now remember, I'll just read it first out, then I explain it, then we're going to do it again so you'll have understanding. Sure, do whatever you want. This is okay. Here we go. Oh, slowly, one of my people from South Africa is tuning in here. The piece is called. Should I do it in Russian? I can't speak Russian. French. Sorry, should I do it in French? I can't do it in French. It's called Before. A Reverend Kwansaba. Tears need be shed in such volumes for the divine purpose of mystic canyons, vast enough for eternal fevered love calls, way before any mass past formed rally. There was a weed to be settled, as that origin of glitter in being warned a path to liberté, our freedom. Okay. Now, first off, the word reverend, it doesn't exist, of course, so that's whatever. Okay. Now, what's interesting, I did this when I do a Kwansaba. I start maybe on sometimes a Sunday, but usually on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm working on it. I hadn't realized that this is Easter week, so in a weird sort of sense, you see this is sort of like something that has to do with some sort of religious kind of thing. It says, first line, tears need be shed in such volumes. That makes sense. Tears need be shed in such volumes. That's all right. Follow that. For the divine purpose, of mystic canyons. So you have to have enough tears that are being shed to fill a canyon, right? Whoa. Vast. Just a second. I had to go off on this. Vast. There used to be a place. Maybe they still have it called Vast here. When I was here 20 years ago, it was called.
Yeah, Vast, yeah.
And he seemed like
good.
I don't know. He seemed like I don't want to say a hustler, but somebody that was.
Hustler, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was right. Okay. Anyways, so I just remember. Anyway, vast. Now remember, these canyons, these tears are vast enough for eternal fevered love calls. Whoa. So the tears filling the canyon have to be vast enough for eternal fevered love calls. Way before any mass past formed rally. Okay. You just take that what it's worth. Way before any mass, like just a bunch of people, past formed rally. Any rallies are before. So this is okay. There was a we to be stilled. In other words, it's chaos. Now these tears, this kind of, right? As that origin of glitter in being. I like this one. Glitter is like stardust. So this saying comes from where we all come from. We come from stardust. That's what they tell me. So this thing, these is going to go right back to our beginning. These tears and everything is bringing this right back. Okay, here we go. Glitter, that origin of glitter in being. Okay, warned a path to liberté, our freedom. Now that is for you French people, you understand, liberté means freedom. So it's to freedom, our freedom. So it's almost like a resurrection. You have this chaos, then you have these tears, but these tears, what it's going to happen is going to free us for and then another freedom. So there we have Easter. Just thought I'd tell you. Okay, so now let me do it again. And this is where, okay, here we go. Now you understand. Tears need to be shed in such volumes for the divine purpose of mystic canyons, vast enough for eternal fevered love calls. Way before any mass past form rally, there was a we to be stilled, as that origin of glitter in being warned a path to liberté, our freedom. That's it. Hey.
That's nice.
This was Shona's idea. So when you heard it the second time, did it do something else to you? Then just.
Yeah, it's nice. And 3 times it's nice.
3 times. Okay. Thanks a lot. And this is
I have a question.
Sure.
You're
sure.
saying glitter in being or in being?
I said in. I said in.
In. Okay.
Glitter in being. So stardust making the being. Or us beings are the glitter, which is the stardust.
Well, the first time I heard it was glitter and being, and I
Oh.
was. They gave a different meaning.
Maybe it was my American accent.
I think it is. It's your where Chicago.
No, Chicago. No, this is South Bronx for real. Come on now. So anyway, so sorry, Jake. I'm glad you pointed that. I'm glad you pointed that out because a lot of times I talk very fast, and sometimes words sound like they're not, but they're not the same words that you think this sound. You see, that's what it is. Okay, so let me just say one tiny little thing. I think we have 2 more things before I leave. So there'll be 2 more Kwansabas. So I'll say this now, and I'll say it some another time. I want to thank you all for just being be an audience, because poets do need audiences. I guess we can do it in the mirror, but so I'm grateful for that, and I thank you so very much. Thank you, Johnny.
Who will inspire next week that he doesn't come?
No, I have a word. I have a word for next week. I almost started it. I almost started the poem. A word. It's called, because I'm doing this healing thing, and so first is the Ayurvedic thing, and now they got the sound therapy happening, right? And the sound therapy, what it's supposed to do, is supposed to really be manipulating your fascia, because people don't know, you have your skin, and you have your bones, you have your ligaments, you have your blood vein, your veins, and your nerves. But most people don't understand about the fascia, and the fascia goes. It's weird. The fascia is like this membrane that holds everything together. It's almost, if it was an organ, it would be bigger than the biggest organ, which is your skin, if you really look at all it does. But I'm not going to. I'll give it away a little bit. So for me, I explained this in a posting I did. For me, fascia is. I live in Southern Africa, and they have a thing called Amata. Amata is like, it's almost, I define it as a membrane between the ancestral realm and the human realm. So when they do stuff, they're trying to communicate with the ancestral realm, but there's this fascia that's between them. But if you do it right, then it goes past the fascia. And if the ancestors want to answer you, they have to go past the fascia. But
water, fascia is water, so it's like a good thing to transfer.
Well, I hear you saying. I would say, in the context that I'm talking about, it's
More spiritual.
it's no. Well, it's almost like evaporation water. You know what I'm saying? It has to be. If you think of water, everybody has an idea. But if you think of mist, it's sort of different. Yeah. But look, it's a poem, so whatever you get out of it.
Do you still have the poems that you did for Johnny and Mark?
Yes. My process. You want?
They are here now.
No, he heard it. I gave him a reading unto himself. But what I do with these things, I should explain this. What I do is I write on this little parchment. You know how you have your incense things? I cut them up and I take and make it like a parchment. So I write longhand on that first, make all the corrections, right?
Class is not over.
And then I use my my phone to spell check, if you want to put it that way.
I didn't need spell check.
Well, I'm going to answer your questions because you're a smart ass all the time. I'm going to answer your questions. I started writing poetry in 1971 because I couldn't spell that well. So I started writing poetry to spell better,
I
right?
think that's the beauty of poetry, right?
Well,
Like your reverended,
yeah.
right? Is that you can make whatever you think, make it. You know, isn't it like Shakespeare created like a bunch of words?
Well, the thing is, you can do that, but I think a lot of times the poetry is therapeutic. A lot of people get over their stammering by poetry and a lot of other things like that. But to answer your question, there's a word that I like to use called autochthonous. Autochthonous means it comes from that place. So if you have a rock that comes out of that or whatever, and you look at it, it's autochthonous to Furtile, and no place else in the world you can do. Okay, so I wrote a Kwansaba. This is it here. I'm sorry. And then when I finish it, I write it in my book, and then I write it and I put color to it. So I usually read off of this. And it's interesting because every time I do something, every time I go through, it's called an alliteration. Oh, big words. Ooh, he probably don't even know what it means, but I like to say it, right? Then every time your brain does something different. You know, so your brain is acting different each time you're doing something, another activity. So it's called autochtonic shifting. It's a fertile Kwansaba. Okay? Here we go. At first heated sand met placid sea. Mother willed the trees to come to thee. Shortly came a force from down under. Consult became need, then grew to seed. Set to furious imagine, behold, we see. Right here set to divine, pleaded purpose, nestled as fertile east, a journey dream. So that was for Johnny.
That was for Johnny?
That was nice.
Well, it's really for fertile east. But look what it says right there. Look what it says right. At first the heated sand. Actually, I had something else there. I think I put no. I had the heat. No, I had put something, and then no. I said the heated sand. Then I had a raging sea. So I went to Johnny when you first got here. Blah blah blah. He said no. He said yeah. The sand was very hot, but the sea was very calm. So I changed raging to placid. So I consulted Johnny on this, but he was there. Then here's the Johnny reference. Shortly came a mother willed the trees, right, to come to thee, meaning fertile. There is a legend that when they was building Machu Madeira, the workers had put nails in the tree to hang up their thing. You know, and mother never came to Auroville, but she told them the tree said, take the nails out, you're hurting the tree. And they had to do it. Anyway, come to thee. Surely came a force from down under. That's Johnny. Come on now. Consult became. She consulted Johnny. He then grew to see purity. That's it. See? Okay. Thanks so much. You'll take care.
Thank you. I've got a couple, but they're a little too crazy. Come on, you got it.